Hi guys, in this video I'll be doing a quick walkthrough of All About Reading Level 2, Lesson 10, and I will include a flip through of the teacher's manual at the end. You can also check out their website where you'll be able to get some free resources on there as well. Before I get into the actual walkthrough though, I do want to say that, and this is from my opinion, so please take it with a grain of salt, the Level 2 and the Level 3, after they've done those two levels, and this is after I've used the entire program, I just think that they would have walked away with so many tools to make them really strong, give them a lot of tools for decoding, words, and really have them to be strong readers. I'm not saying that level 1 and 4 is not necessary. That is not what I'm saying, and especially depending on the child and the situation, it might be necessary for you to use all 4 levels, right? But anyway, that's my opinion, so please take it with a grain of salt. All right, so all of the lessons start by telling you what it is you would need. So for this lesson, syllable division rule for 1 consonantile part 1, and for this lesson they would need the leap in to reading pages, that's the activity book. They would need the syllable division rules chart, which is actually included at the back of the book in the appendices. You can actually get a free copy on their website, and it's in the new version, which is colorful, so you can check that out. All right, and you will also need the word cards, especially if you still use the word cards for practicing fluency. I use the phonogram cards still, but a lot of times I just use the words that's included in the activity book for practicing, fluency and recognition. All right, so you would have to make the decision that's best for you. And in this lesson, you wouldn't need the readers. All right, so it starts off by giving you a section that's really meant for you to go through before you actually start or introduce the new teaching with them. So you can choose to do that. A lot of times though, I just read it aloud and they kind of go through the review, or whatever portions of the review I decide to do that day, and then we move on to the new teaching as well. But you do what will work best for you. The only thing I don't read out loud to them is the sections that's in the gray boxes. But depending on the child, it may or may not be confusing to go through this and then introduce a new teaching, which just seems like a repeat of a lot of the information they would have heard here. You make that choice. Preview words containing both open and closed syllables. So I would have them practice with a few of these, spell it on the board, divide it into syllables, and they can tag it, open, closed, because the O is open, the E is open, and so forth. Anything that is in quotation marks is what you are required to read out loud to them. So nothing on this page is, in quotation marks. It's just for you to kind of get to reacquaint yourself, or, practice the lesson before introducing it to them. All right, so preview the syllable division rule for 1 consonantile part 1. So part 1 is covered in this lesson, and I believe part 2 is covered 2 lessons later. All right, so part 1, so you read through this so that you know what it is you would be teaching them. You can have them practice the words so they spell frozen, and they're going to learn the first part of the 1 consonantile rule, which is that the consonant usually goes with the second syllable, and then when they are introduced to the second part, they're going to learn that there are some exceptions when it has to go, if it doesn't make a real word, when they sound it out, that's when they put it with the first syllable. But all right, then when you turn the page, there's a little review section. You can go through the phonogram cards with them, the word cards, of course the ones that they need practice, that they need some further practice on previous concepts. This little section here where they practice with the tags, where they practice dividing the words into syllables and tagging them. This section of the curriculum, I always do these with them for continuous practice. All right, so we'll do this one for sure. And sometimes I go through the phonogram cards with them. Sometimes I just, if depending on if it is I don't think they need that extra practice, I might skip that section. All right, new teaching. Teach syllable division rule, 1 consonant tile, part 1. So they're going to practice now. So they're going to build belong, all the sections or areas that you need to say out loud to them for they to follow. It's in quotation marks. So they're going to spell belong. You're going to tell them to put your fingers under the vowels. How many consonant tiles do you see between the vowels? They're going to answer 1. When there's 1 consonant tile between 2 vowels, we usually divide a word before the consonant. Divide this word into syllables. And then it says in italics what the student will, possibly say or do. So they are going to put the L with the second syllable. And then you are going to say out loud. Most of the time the consonant goes with the second syllable. Is the first syllable open or closed? They're going to say open, and then they are going to tag it. All right, again, it still has a lot of sections or areas here that is in quotation marks. So that is, excuse me, what you are going to read to them, and they are going to answer accordingly. Then as you come down here, there are some words for them to practice. Build the words with letter tiles and have your student follow these steps. So first they're going to point to the vowels. How many consonants are between the vowels? Divide the word. If there's 1 consonant, it usually goes with the second syllable. Label both syllables with syllable tags. Read the word. If it sounds like a real word, the student is done. And this section here kind of, gives you a little clue that there is instances when they divide it using the rule as it's laid out here, it doesn't sound like a real word, and they will have to learn to then move that consonant with the first syllable. All right, so now they're going to be going to the activity book. Play guess what I'm saying. Find that. So that's this section here. Now I don't use the actual activities. What I use the activity book for at this stage is for practicing fluency with the words, phrases, sentences, if there are some included. Now, it can be a lot, so I don't ever try to go through all of it. If it's a section that I decide to go through, I will just do however much we do that day, and then pick up from where we left off the next lesson. So I don't ever try to go through all of it in one sitting. All right, so that covers lesson 10. So there's a little thing there. This is the activity book. All right, and that's where it ends. That's the next lesson. All right. So now they're going to try out this activity. Guess what I'm saying? I will say 2 syllables, and you will guess what word I am saying. Repeat this activity using the following words. Be sure to pause between the syllables as you say them. So let's see how that is going to play out. Alright, so they're going to complete the activity sheet. Let's practice reading words with 1 consonant between the vowels. So it gives you some instructions. Remove pages, so forth. Cut out the mother cat and the 12 kitten cards. Your student may color the cards in tree if desired. Place the kitten cards on the tree with the words facing down. Have your student choose a card and read the word aloud. If he reads the word correctly, he can rescue the kitten by returning it to the mother. So it will come off the tree and go to the mother cat. If he reads the word incorrectly, return the kitten card to the tree for another try. Alright, and they will continue until all of the kittens are happily reunited with their mother. Alright, so you will decide if that exercise would be useful to you. And then you have the practice reading words, and these are the same cards, these are the same words, that's on the green cards, right? So you decide if you wanted to use this. Maybe they need a lot of practice, and having the cards separate where you can walk around with it a little bit easier might be useful. Of course, you would know what would work best for you. And then it says new teaching, practice fluency. So that's again the activity book. So the words and phrases that's in the activity book, that's it here. in small print. Of course, you use the activity book and you can go through there for further practice. And at the end of, I believe, all of the lessons, they encourage you to either read a story or poem or both with your kids. And if it is you, I used to use the sticker book when they were when we used level 1, and I think I used a little bit of level 2, and then honestly I stopped using the activity the chart, the process chart. But of course you do what is best for you. And that covers lesson 10. So now I will do a flip through of the teacher's manual. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you in another video. Bye.